Hey guys, Ryan here, and we are back for another episode of Fantasy Friday here as we are getting ready for the Texas Motor Speedway NASCAR race, and everybody's excited. Everybody's favorite track, right? Right. So, alright, we're getting in here though. We're getting ready for this one, and man, it's hot today, man. Alright, let me just pull up the odds here. So as we normally do, off to the side of the screen, I have got, off to the side over here, I have got the fantasy odds for this weekend's race. Denny Hamlin, the co-favorite, along with Kyle Larson. I think those two, I mean, they're probably going to be co-favorites at almost every race, aside from like Talladega next week, and maybe the Charlotte Road Course, it'll be Elliott and Larson, but I expect some combination of those two are going to be the favorites throughout the entire remainder of the season, so no real surprise to see them both up there, plus 500. Then you got William Byron, Tyler Reddick. Both have been on very hot streaks. I think William Byron might be the slight favorite over Tyler Reddick, although Reddick in some of his RCR starts did look good at this track. We've yet to see him here in a Toyota, so maybe he'll surprise, but I don't know. I would say that he might be a little bit of a danger pick up near the top of the bracket. Then you got Bell and MTJ both coming in at plus 900. Both drivers have had some success here in terms of running well, although Christopher Bell's never really been able to finish the job here. Truex has been able to have some good finishes. I don't think he's ever actually finished off a win at this track, but he's had some very strong runs there. Ryan Blaney arguably probably should have won a points race here in, I believe it was 2020 when Quinn Houff cut across Christopher Bell and somebody else from the third lane trying to come to pit road, ultimately wiping out Ryan Blaney and ending his shot at that. He did win the All-Star race at Texas a couple years ago, but yeah, unfortunately, Blaney has yet to find a points win here, but very good chance he could find it this weekend. Then, if you're looking for a Texas native to put in your lineup, Texas Chris Buescher here. He's been on a hot streak as of lately. Kind of cooled off a little bit in the round of 16, although he didn't really need to overperform in the round of 16, so maybe he can turn it on here for the second round of the playoffs, make it to the round of 8 with a win here at Texas at his home track. That'd be impressive. Plus 1,400 on the odds for him and Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch driving that RCR Chevy that Tyler Reddick finished second here in 2020. But, yeah, it's been a while, though, since Kyle Busch. I think Kyle's last win at this track came in, 2018. So it's been a while for him to win at this track. So maybe it's Kyle's time. And then we got Brad Keselowski still looking for his first win as a team owner. Could it come this week? We've seen 1-2 finishes at this track for organizations in the past. Can RFK be the next one? But, yeah, those are your kind of bunch of your top runners. Chase Elliott was also just outside. He was tied with Brad Keselowski. Just didn't have room on the picture to put in Chase Elliott's thing. But Chase Elliott also plus 1,600 on the odds. I'd say most of those guys would be some good picks. Tyler Reddick maybe would be one I might stay a little bit away from. Again, Kyle Busch, he hasn't had a great run. He hasn't had any big runs or looking like he was going to win since about the 2018. Oh, wait, no. Sorry, he won Texas in 2020. I completely forgot about that. Yeah, he won the playoff race here in 2020, but he was already eliminated from the playoffs at that point. So, some good runs, though, for Kyle Busch, but again, might be a weekend that you want to skip him, especially if you've used him a lot. I know I'm going to have to start finding ways to save on Kyle Larson uses, but I don't know if this is going to be the weekend to find that, so. Might have to be, though, because I've got Homestead and, I've got both Homestead and, Vegas coming up, which are great Kyle Larson tracks, so. There's a lot of, I'm going to have to do some, finagling when it comes to, my picks, but, yeah, those are your, front runners, and now, I'm going to pull up the, so now, up over here on the side, I've got a bunch of the dark horses, a bit of the guys further down the list. None of them further up the list than about 20th place on the odds, just to try and make it so that I'm not just talking about the guys 11th through 15th now. But, yeah, Briscoe, SHR's looked good here in the past. Possibly, maybe this would be the race. I've been saying this a lot, but this could be the race for SHR to try and turn it around. It might be one of their last real bright spots to try and turn it around here in Phoenix, but I don't know. I mean, the SHR cars, they got to turn it around at some point, right? Then you got Michael McDowell coming in at plus at 15,000 odds here. Mike McDowell, just mentioning him because I wanted to be able to mention the airborne crash he had a decade ago that everybody mentions whenever they talk about Mike McDowell at this track. But yeah, just kind of, he's also a personal favorite of mine, so I always like to mention where he's at. But yeah, he's running really well this year. Maybe he can find some success. Eric Almirola, also 15,000. Again, SHR connection. I'm hoping the SHR's cars can maybe bounce back. Carson Hocevar looked extremely good in his first few starts in that number 42 car, so hopefully he can get that one, especially for a potential seat at Spire, especially now that they've got a third car, so could be a good landing spot for Carson Hocevar, plus 15,000, trying to prove himself worthy of that cup seat. Then you got Austin Dillon, Austin Cindric, and AJ Allmendinger, all 25,000, plus 25,000 on the odds here. Austin Dillon, he won this race back in 2020. Certainly not somebody I would necessarily say is a bad pick. AJ Allmendinger, just another consistent pick. Maybe not necessarily a guy that's going to knock your socks off or anything, but if everything falls right for him, he could end up having a top 5 day. He could have a top 5, top 10 day here, potentially. Austin Cindric, he's another one of those Penske cars. Could be getting some good notes from Ryan Blaney. Could be a good bounce back day for him, although it's a little late to save his season. But hey, again, any bit of momentum that team can get, especially the number 2 car at Penske, they need it. And then these last three, you got 3 very different stories here. You've got a guy who had his team recommit to him, a driver who is still waiting for his team to recommit to him, and you've got a driver who just had a new team commit to him. So Ryan Preece still trying to wait. He's still waiting for a new contract from SHR to drive this car in next year. A lot of that's kind of stemming from the fact that the schedule still sounds like it's a little while out. The charter agreement's still a little while out. There's a lot of things that are up in the air right now, and NASCAR needs to get them figured out. But Ryan Preece, easiest way to try and move those types of discussions along about his future is to run well. And again, as I've mentioned for a few of these guys, the SHR cars, this would be a great spot for them to start getting back on track. Todd Gilliland, over the past few weeks, his team recommitted to him as their guy, ultimately letting another guy on this list walk, which is ironic considering he's not even driving for the team that recommitted to him. But Todd Gilliland got a big contract from Front Row Motorsports to drive the 38 car for at least one more season. So we're hoping to see some more of him throughout the upcoming years. But Todd Gilliland, again, trying to prove some of that confidence that his team had in him. And Zane Smith driving the number 38 for Front Row Motorsports this week. He actually, just this past week, signed a deal with Trackhouse and will be leased out to Spire Motorsports in one of their 3 cars for the upcoming season. So he had a team recommit to him, and he's hoping to prove that they made the right choice by going out here and running well at Texas Motor Speedway. So, yeah, that's most of your dark horses. So hopefully, I'm going to go ahead and piece together my lineup, and hopefully we will. I'll be back in just a minute with my lineup. Alright, so I've gone and built my lineup. I have put it up on the side over here, and yeah, as you guys can tell, I definitely skipped on a few people. I didn't realize I've already used Kyle Larson in my lineup 3 times, so I only have 2 more uses of him left for the entire rest of the playoffs. Homestead and Charlotte Roval will probably have to be the 2 places I'll have to use him, so that is going to be really tight to squeeze it through. I won't have him for Vegas, which is unfortunate, because he tends to run pretty well at Vegas, too, so. But, yeah, so as I mentioned, I think the Penske cars will have a good day. I think both Joey Logano, I think he can learn a few things from his teammate, Ryan Blaney. Ryan Blaney, I think, will be the top Penske car, so. I don't know. I think that those 2 will have a good day. I think William Byron and Chase Elliott, if the Hendrick cars really hit on it, can have a pretty good day, so I went and put them in there. Ross Chastain, he had a win earlier this year at a intermediate-ish oval that was kind of funky at Nashville, so maybe this funky oval at Texas Rush, I think, can find his second intermediate oval win of his career. And if not, hey, if he can just get inside the top 5, that'll be good points day for me. And then I think the only other person I put in there was Denny Hamlin, which is which is the kind of favorite to win the race, and I want him in there in case he does pop off to win. Certainly looks to be a front runner, and based on the odds, certainly looks like Vegas thinks he's going to be another good one here tonight, or not tonight, but in a couple days when Sunday gets here. But until next time, of course, let me know who you guys are picking for your fantasy lineups down in the comment section down below. But until next time, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next video. Alright, whatever you guys decide to do with the rest of your day, have a great day, everybody, and goodbye!